Franklin Public Library in Franklin, Massachusetts, established in 1790 with a gift of books by none other than Benjamin Franklin himself, is today the nation's oldest continuously operating public library. There is, however, a lovely town about 75 miles due north that humbly makes its own claim on library history. Not that Peterborough, New Hampshire would dispute or disparage the distinction of Franklin, Massachusetts, but they would say that, to be entirely accurate, an asterisk is called for.
Peterborough Town Library is the first free, tax-supported public library.
In other words, not older than Franklin, but the Peterborough Town Library, founded in 1833, was the first to be fully free and funded the way most public libraries still are today, by public taxpayers.
So there's public libraries that might have been supported by membership or a benefactor. So in Peterborough, they thought, shouldn't everyone have access to the library regardless of who they know or what they can pay?
And public support here has paid off. In 2021, the library completed a major renovation, adding soaring glass and light while still creatively integrating the original. But to a public library director like Corinne Chronopoulos, more important than the books on the shelves, feet on the ground.
They absolutely love it.
Enduring public support for a pioneering public library. Next door to Peterborough in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, not a first in the nation, but a last, literally keeping the flame alive. If you own a book of matches in America, it probably came from right here.
The last matchbook manufacturer in the United States.
Last one.
Last one.
Founded in 1938, the D.D. Bean Company once had hundreds of competitors across America. Today, it has none. The decline sped up with the decrease in smoking, not to mention the popularity of this product.
That was crushing. That was a huge blow.
You must be doing something right, because you guys are the last guys standing.
We have a lot of amazing people here, so it's unique. You're not going to find anybody with any other experience like this. We still have 40-year veteran employees here. This is what they know, and they make it look easy. When something breaks here, you can't go to a store and buy it. You have to make it. 55 full-time workers capable of turning out 1 million matchbooks a day for customers as varied as the state of New Hampshire, the U.S. Army, the White House, and, well, you name it. And all of it, come to find out, from a single roll of paper. All gonna become this. When you see the process from start to finish, what I hear most often is, I had no idea.
Now you know. Got a match? From New Hampshire south to East Hampton, Connecticut, and another last-of-its-kind company, ringing all alone now in East Hampton.
This was the epicenter of bell making in the United States. This is Belltown, USA.
Little doubt about that title, but today C.C. Bevan is the 6th generation of the last remaining dedicated bell manufacturer here and in the United States, Bevan Bells, which began business in 1832. From sleighs and the Salvation Army to shopkeepers and even boxing rings, not to mention the ubiquitous cowbell. Will Ferrell on SNL in 2000? Yup. That was a Bevan Bell.
It is a massive product for us still today. Everybody wants more cowbell, and we sell tons of them.
Then there is their most famous bell. So Cece, the finished It's a Wonderful Life bell.
It was a Bevan bell in that movie, and this is the bell that was in that movie.
Yet it all almost came to an end in 2012 when a massive fire destroyed the original Bevan factory, but they may have had an angel of their own looking out.
We lost absolutely everything except the dies that we use to make our bells, and that's because it's such a heavy gauge steel. They survived the fire.
So Cece, without these dies of bells from which bells are made, there's no business here.
Correct.
After the fire, Bevan Bells was back up and running in this newer nearby space in only 3 weeks. In 2032, they'll celebrate their 200th anniversary, standing alone today in what they do, but with no shortage of bells to ring in a pretty special milestone.
Well, and probably no surprise here, Bevins is America's oldest bell foundry. So those bells that are most famous go way back.
Yeah, they started out making school and shopkeeper and sleigh bells, believe it or not, back in the day. And a Bevan bell also was the bell that opened and closed the New York Stock Exchange for many, many years until that was automated in recent years. And the East Hampton, Connecticut high school team, their name, the Bell Ringers, the only bell ringers in the country.
You gotta love that.